tell you what, this bag's getting heavier and heavier. Right, it's going to be windy tonight. The forecast red weather warnings for over in the east and amber warnings here in the west. Well, than that, it's a fantastic forecast. Now the winds are blowing away above me, and I'm heading up there, but I've got a couple of areas sheltered, and the winds are meant to drop. So they're saying 45 mile an hour winds tonight here. So I've brought out the Hexpeak. I was watching a video a couple of weeks back of some lad, I think he was down the Ayrshire coast or somewhere along those lines, and he had the Hexpeak up with his mate was there, and his Hexpeak was absolutely extraordinarily strong. So I'm going to give it a go in these winds, and like I said, if I get past 9 o'clock things should calm down then. Big news, I've sold my Thermarest Neo Air X-Therm, gone. I just wasn't getting on with it. It's a fine mat, it's very light, very small, excellent insulation properties, but by gum, it made me ache. I like to sleep like a king. I've invested in a new mat. Anyway, more about the new mat later. Climbing up now into the woodland, so a bit of protection. We'll have a look down Loch Lomond and over to Ben Lomond. So heavy bag today. I've got everything in it. There's very little to no water up here, and whilst it's rained heavily in the last day or two, it's not going to be decent water. So all my water on board. Gets dark about, excuse me, it gets dark about sort of like 3:45 now, so I'm going to need extra food, extra water, extra meals, extra weight, and then all the winter gear, because whilst it's going to be windy tonight, the temperatures are already around about 4 degrees, so wind chill is going to be low, so extra clothes. So it's all in here. Anyway, the hill path is that way. Not far from the top now, let's get on. Right, up over the top now. It's trying its best to snow. It's freezing cold. So I'm going to have 2 possible places to camp. Both should offer a little bit of shelter. So I'll try my preferred one first. Okay, I'm in my preferred spot, which for your regular viewers, you'll know that I've camped here many times before. So just looking south down Loch Lomond there, Ben Lomond in front of us, and this little area here. It's not perfect, but I tell you what, I mean, I've camped up on the top by the Trig a couple of times, and there is a couple of places, but it's a little bit lumpy, and it's certainly going to be way too exposed tonight. So I'm going to get another layer on very quickly, because I'm going to get very cold, and get this tent pitched up, and then batten down the hatches. The wind's meant to get up a bit more fierce. I think they're saying about 5 or 6 o'clock it's going to be at its worst, so I need to get pegged down and get things set up. So see you when we get the tent pitched up. Right, I've had to come inside because it's absolutely freezing cold out there with that wind. My hands are falling off. So they're double pegged on the outside, and then I've got the higher guys fastened down with the delta pegs as well, so a little bit of insurance there. I don't know what time it is now, but it's not far off sunset. Anyway, I'm just gonna I'll just get this set up in here now and get my light ready and everything, and then I'll show you around. So the Thermarest's gone. Say hello to the Sea to Summit Etherlite XT Extreme, no less. Look at that thing, eh? So fingers crossed we get a really nice sleep on that. I've actually got these gel things that actually go with it to keep my cushion in place as well, so I'm going to fasten them in a second. It's all good. I've actually brought my bivvy bag as well, just in case it gets freezing cold. I've got a bit of extra insurance, but I've got loads of layers. I brought everything with me. I'm actually going to get something to eat in a second and get some fuel in the boiler. Let's get back. Wow, that's me back in tent now. Whew. It's going some up there. Anyway, back in the tent now, get something to eat. I just had a right disaster about 10 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago. I was getting out of the tent to check the pegs and the guy lines, and I put my knee down on my knock bladder. Well, I didn't know I'd done it, and there's just this massive jet of water goes flying out of the bottom of the bladder. I didn't even know it was happening. It's all shot right into my camping bag, all inside the tent. Everywhere's absolutely soaked. well, according to the weather forecast, another 2 hours of this gale, and then it should settle down a bit. Past 7 now, there's no let up. This is really getting tough now. Ooh. I don't know how this thing's still standing. I think I'm going to see if I can get this packed up and get off this hill. I'm packed up. I'm a few hundred yards down off the top now or so, and it actually wasn't until I got out of the tent that I realised just how brutal that wind was. It spun right around. Anyway, should be down in about an hour, I think. Just about down now. Probably I'm onto the track, onto the old forestry track, so I got down without slipping, which was good. I actually thought I got lost a couple of times, but because there's a lot of the track's been lost since they were cutting down the trees. Anyway, what can be said about that, really? A bit of a disaster getting water in the bag, but I actually got all that dried out, so that wasn't a problem, and I was warm enough and everything was okay. I kind of felt that whilst it was forecast for the wind to drop, it just didn't appear to be, and with the wind sort of like just swinging around that mountain a little bit and hitting the tent, I was either going to be faced with, you know, packing the tent and trying to pack it somewhere else and then pitch it back up somewhere else in the dark, which was just going to be almost impossible, or just pack up and come home. Anyway, it's about 9:30 now, so I'm not too far from home, so we'll chalk that one down to experience. The tent was unbelievable. I mean, I really didn't realise just how heavy those winds were, and till I got out of the tent. That tent is absolutely rock solid. You know, it'd have probably stood up for all night. I just wouldn't have had a very good night. Anywho, this will make interesting viewing. I'll see you next time.